Oh dear. Drone's pulled, Queen's pulled.
Oh yeah, definitely trouble.
At this point, trouble officially an understatement.
Probably. Probably. Yeah, not looking good for sure. And that'll be GG.
Alright. GG. Alright, well, let's talk about it, man. What was
I
the
don't want to. I don't want to talk about it.
what was the contributing factor to that loss? What was it? Was it the extra drones? Was it losing the overlords? What caused it to go south?
Um, it was somewhat of supply capped. It was somewhat just like you said. Like I was going, being a little bit greedy. I was trying to take my fourth base before he even had any sign that he was even going for more probes. Like if you look at economy, I probably had at least double his.
Hmm.
For a bit there, and that's just being greedy. Like there's sometimes for it, and there's sometimes where you don't do it. Let's see how to explain it better. Like we had all the signs for like a warp gate. Like he had four. He was hiding something. He wasn't like a Stargate. He wasn't harassing with things. Like you should know. Like you just you spend that time. You get like three bases like minimally saturated with like 14 drones or 15 drones each.
Right.
Then you just macro, and then you're perfectly fine because you have units prepared and you can be safe. But just I didn't see him kill that gateway. I didn't really see all the units. So I was just talking with you, having a good day. And then the Protoss army just came along.
And then he attacked.
Yes, it's bad. It's bad.
And it was traumatizing and sad
It was.
and all sorts of terrible things. So if we had it to do over, what changes?
Um. Well, just like pretty much exactly what I said there. I would have liked to have made an overseer. I think that would have been the biggest change.
Okay.
Ran it in a lot earlier, right when my lair finished, and to have just had a few, like maybe 6 or 7 roaches pre-made, just to kind of help scale with his army.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because this is something that you sort of talked about. A lot of StarCraft comes down to feeling out what the other guy is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think even I feel like I'm okay at this game, even at my level. I have a hard time judging what the other guy's doing unless I see it outright, and you're not always afforded that luxury. So let me ask you, at Sheth's level, how
Mm-hmm.
often are you going to just see outright what he's up to, and how important is making that read while you're still kind of in the dark?
It's all about. Well, that's such a difficult question. How often? At my level, you'll see it about 20% of the time. You'll have to be able to scout it out with like your ling that's kind of below or on a tower or something is your best bet. So it's not going to be easy, but your best guess is just to play generally like standard. It's standard for a reason, obviously because it's fairly safe.
Hmm.
So if you play standard, you can generally deal with most just all-in sort of builds. And honestly, last game, I kind of think I honestly at one point in the game like two where like I might just be overthinking things, but like in halfway through the game, I thought, okay, Mr. Ritter's probably told Future to 6 gate because that was what we were talking about. It's like you use other weird things to help you with your read,
Right.
like that aren't necessarily involved with the game and just involved with other things. But you don't want to psych yourself out either. So it's like a weird combination of knowing your opponent, knowing the map. Like some maps are better for that than others. Shakur is actually a very good map for a 6 gate.
Yeah, it is.
Because those little tower short areas. And then you have to guess,
All right.
or just get overload speed and overseers and whatnot.
Yeah, I think overseers are always a kind of a good thing to have. Sometimes it's hard to afford them. Your gas is so limited at that point in the game. Overlord speed versus overseer, which is better?
Overseers, I think better.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, Future has asked for a second. Oh, and now he's back. All right. So let's jump in. All right. So you asked, is MLG Tal'Darim Ultra, has it been changed? We're about to find out
Okay,
because this is the updated version.
cool.
Speaking of MLG maps, Crossfire is out. Scrap Station is out. Typhon Peaks is in. As is. Oh shoot, I forget. I don't know.
Crossfire and Scrap are out, and Typhon Peaks and this map are in.
Yeah, that's right, Tal'Darim Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on top of it. You know better than I do.
Alright, you see the little towers with the
Ah,
tiki
yeah.
things on them? Okay, I think it's been adjusted. Like,
That's where Boxer was dropping.
oh yeah,
That is absurd and obnoxious.
oh yeah. And like, if you look at the bottom right area of the map,
Mhm.
do you see like where there's kind of the bottom area spawn? Do you see how there's kind of like if you look right above that far right gas, there's a low area place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That low area place used to be able to hit the mineral line.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, so you just put marines down there, and then you'd actually put like a few other marines on top as well. And then you just like drop and pick them up and everything.
Yeah, this low spot makes me rage constantly on ladder.
Oh yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain.
Yeah. Anyways.
Mhm.
So we talked about it previously. We said, "Hey, are you ever going to hatch first?" And you said, "Maybe on this map."
Mhm.
What's our chances of seeing it?
Um, we can try it. I usually like to scout when I hatch first.
All right. Well,
Kind
yeah.
of, kind of weirdly.
If you would have scouted sooner, like don't vary your play based on
Oh,
the ramblings of a noob.
no, man, this is educational, and I'm really just having a pretty nice, relaxed time. It's pretty sweet. I wanna show you good builds so that you can use them properly, but I can't show you ZvZ builds because I don't want you to beat me in Columbus. It's the one thing I have to.
Dude,
Have
it's
to
gonna
hold
be like
back.
Dallas. We'll be playing in the same group side by side the whole way.
That was fun,
That
man.
was cool.
You understand how like mind-numbingly annoying it was to have those weird times and like the way they announced
Oh.
it and everything.
Man, you were playing like I was back in the hotel room like laddering and just goofing off. And at like 1 in the morning, and I see Sheth get online. I was like, dude, you need to be sleeping. And you're like, no, I'm still at the tournament.
It was a nightmare. Like, oh man, it was horrifying.
All right, so
Alright.
you've scouted a forge. This is immediately going to provoke a fear of cannons in me, at least.
Generally, I'm a little bit weird though.
So you have no fear of cannons.
Not in this situation.
Our drones are under attack.
Not in this situation.
What? Seriously?
Seriously,
Seriously, Sheth?
seriously, it's actually not a bad build. Try it sometime.
This is so reminiscent of Brood War.
I know.
Almost makes me happy. If only you had lurkers to keep
If only.
to keep that base safe.
I know. Life would be good.
Man,
Life would be
you're
good.
gonna talk about solving 6 gate overnight. Lurkers would change that in a heartbeat.
Yep. That they would. That's a lot of chrono boost, by the way, saved up on that Nexus. I'm kind of confused.
Maybe he's
Honestly.
gonna chrono that forge.
More like I don't even know. I don't even know what he's planning on doing. I wish I had a better read on it, but I really don't have much of a read at all in this situation. Quite honestly.
Maybe he's supply blocked.
Maybe. He just has timings, and that's I guess the other opportunity here. Like
Maybe he's just terrible and he doesn't use chrono boost.
that can't be it. This Future's a good player.
He is.
He still doesn't have any gas though, which is actually pretty worrisome. I'm kind of like debating whether I'm going to see cannons on my third base whenever it's about to finish or not. Alright, no cannons. Interesting. Interesting. Should have this gas for sure. Okay, something fishy's up.
What is going on? I'm
He
confused.
doesn't
as
have
well.
gas. Like, it's gotta be something fishy. Like, there's nothing here. It's gotta be like a whole bunch of warp gates, like hidden proxied somewhere.
Proxy
I'm calling.
5 racks in the center. Wait, 5 gate in the center of the map.
Something.
Oh.
Alright, and that's gonna die. Something fishy.
Everybody in chat's going, it's DTs!
Oh my god, guys. That's the one thing it can't be, but maybe it is. It only has one gas. Maybe that's the slowest DT rush ever.
It's a DT timing push.
Oh, how right you are. How right you are. Alright, let's see.
Alright, so you've gone two hatch before pool, or I guess I should say 3 hatch before pool. I don't really know how the terminology fits there. You're sitting on 3 bases though. Very early in the game. Now you have to cut a lot of drones to get away with something like that, don't you?
Well, what I've done here is pretty standard. Like, as for cutting drones is at least. I haven't really cut that many drones. Like, I've always cut a few, but it's mostly because I'm worried about some sort of cheese here.
Yeah.
Like, if I had seen him have more gates or more gases, I would not be worried at all. I would just be drawing up like crazy. But as it is, I'm still actually quite fearful of whatever this is. I really have like no idea. Possibly another like 4-gate thing, or another 6-gate thing, unless he's like fast expanding too somewhere. Like, that's I guess the other possibility. See as an expansion, or it's gonna be DTs.
Or maybe he's just playing normal.
Maybe.
Wow, that sucks. For him. Oh, that sucks so bad. Down goes the forge. I was told that if a forge or a Evo chamber dies while it's upgrading, you get the money back even if you don't cancel it.
You do not.
You do not. Okay.
That is in fact a lie.
I was told incorrectly.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so again, I didn't see very many sentries. So let's go ahead and we're gonna increase our mentality a little bit here. First we're gonna throw down at least one score at each base, like we talked about a little bit. But then I really just want to send some overlords in.
All right. I feel like I've been saying it all freaking day, man. That your aggressive macro style is vulnerable to 6-gate and 7-gate and things like that. But it seems like I mean, you just come out so far ahead every time. I guess I'm just phobic of droning. Maybe I need to take away from this whole session that drones are actually really good, and I should build them more.
You didn't know this?
I see what
Oh my God.
What I so often do is I'll get 44, 45, 50 drones on 2 bases, and I'll just kind of sit there and macro for a little while. And
You silly man.
apparently I've been doing it wrong.
No, I mean that's the safe way to do it for sure. Like that's kind of the smart way to do it. But like here, I'm not really that afraid of like anything that he's doing. So, I mean, look, like I guess just whatever it was, I put me far enough ahead that he's not doing anything. I've seen every single building he has here. He has a robotics facility, the other robotics thing, and a Templar archives. I mean, what else is there that he can be doing here? It's a small list.
What kind of blows me away is the fact that here we are, not even 12 minutes into the game, and you're sitting on 3 bases and 90 drones. You're going to be maxed before 14 minutes.
Yeah, that's why you do this sort of like really early 3-gate or 3-hatch, excuse me. Might as well, right?
Yeah. And at this point, are you just going to make 1,000,000 units and throw them at him?
That's what it's looking like right now, for sure.
Sauron mode activated?
Yep, pretty much. I have a 3rd base. I have 2 upgrades going. I have some creep spread. It's not like amazing. It's not like amazing by any means.
I get really annoyed because you can creep out to these little cliffs, but it's so hard to move the tumor up. Have you ever noticed that?
I noticed I forgot burrow.
That sucks.
Could be worse.
I guess the other side of that is you're kind of maxed.
Pretty much. So like we discussed, if he only has those 2 bases, like if his 3rd isn't up yet, which it really isn't quite yet.